Yo, what is going on, guys? Just want to come on here to give my kind of recap for this week, as well as give you guys another backtesting session, as we weren't able to do one Thursday, just because I fell asleep early. You know, doing these videos, um, trying to be on a consistent basis is quite hard having my job, but I tell myself every single week, every single Sunday that um, I pray to God to uh, to bless me with the strength to keep going, the motivation to keep going, the to being consistent. And I also, think about what the future holds for me and thinking about, you know, um, to just get up and do it, right? Um, and that's why I continue to make these videos each and every day because I want to show you guys the progress that we make every single day, trying to be 1% better every single day. So, my apologies for not getting that video out to you guys on that Thursday. Um, but yeah, just wanted to do a check in, but also give you guys another session kind of recap to see, to backtest our strategy, to be on a consistent basis with our strategy, and to wait for those A plus setups, as well as refining our entry a lot more, just so we're able to um, execute the same kind of execute kind of the same execution model as we could as we could use it um, on a regular basis. So knowing where to take those trades from. So that's something that we're continuing to work on each and every day. So yeah. Um, let's get right into it without wasting any more time. Oh, we'll use this one because this one has a lot better when it comes to charts. Randomize it, see what we get. Oh man, I'm super tired. All right, let's lock in. Correct, quite early on. That's all right. We'll just see where our external factors are. Um, so okay, that would be the recent one. This would be the recent one. Okay, so we already know where our break is. Let me just double check on the 1 hour to make sure that there isn't anything left behind. Okay, so we're chilling around here. We did get a break. Okay, what are we looking for? First step, we're looking for equilibrium within this range here. So as you guys can see, what's in our equilibrium? We do have this zone here. We could also mark out, it's not really an equilibrium, but if we take out these lows, I would even get a tap into this area here. I'll be more than happy to look to take a trade from that, or we can just honestly make a new range. But with that in mind, we have to, we see that we're unable to break, um, we're unable to close above these. Fuck, I'm so stupid. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we're unable to close above these highs, making a new range. So what does that tell us? That means that price is maybe wanting to continue um, further down to get a retracement or a liquidity sweep before we look to continue up higher. Or we could have just taken these highs as a relief and then come up to make a new high. So we'll see what price gives us. See if we want to make a new range here. Let price do its thing. Let price to come to us. Okay, slow down a little bit just so we don't miss anything. Okay, get that sweep of that low. So we can get rid of this. We can also get rid of this. See what we get on a lower time frame. So we now need a sweep of a low, then a market structure shift. That's what we need. We need a clean sweep. Okay, we have these lows formed. We also have these lows formed as well. Okay, so price is coming down a bit lower. That's all right. Okay, we took out these lows. Also made a new low here. See if price wants to resweep that area. Okay, get another sweep. Will it be a clean sweep? Okay, not really a clean sweep there. Get we close below. So we need something clean to show us um, that buyers are stepping in. Ideally, we take out these lows. We need a bit of a lower high formed. Okay. We have some lows here that we can look to take out. Have these lows as well. Have these equal lows as well. Okay, get a clean sweep so we can disregard this low. Disregard this low. We still had these lows down here. See if we get an market structure shift. Okay. Take out these lows. Okay. Taking out these lows here. This would still be a sweep. Okay, nice sweep of those lows. We don't hold them though. Okay, that's all right. What other lows do we have? We have these lows down here. We also have these lows as well, these equal lows. Okay, get a clean sweep. Market structure shift. It's really choppy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, get a clean breakaway. This is what I'd like to see. Get retracement here. Okay, we don't get one. We can discard this. Sweep of these lows as well as these lows. So let's see if we hold above. Okay, get that closure above. So we didn't get our market structure shift after our clean sweep. Just see if we get a nice reaction out of this zone here. Okay. I want to see a nice breakaway away. I want to see a nice break away from the zone. Sellers are trying to hold it though. We can take this. Honestly, we can take this. See what happens. We can look to target these highs here. We can go for 1 to 2. We go break even at these highs because we are within that big fair value gap as well. So that's something to be in mindful as well. Okay, we can go break even at this level here. Okay, unfortunately got tapped out break even. Let's see if this plays out. Very choppy conditions. I mean, this was 2009, so very choppy conditions, very balanced price action. But overall, we do get there in the end. Um, we just weren't able to go. We were. We had to go break even just because of these highs, as well as us being within this big 5 minute gap here as well. Something to be mindful, especially when I mentioned way back that these highs against fair value gaps, um, it's a thing. It's a thing where um, price could easily reverse up, especially when you get a clean sweep. It's almost like a 50-50 where we could either get it, we either close above these highs with a clean push, or we sweep these highs cleanly, get a reversal. So sometimes the POI ends up holding, sometimes it doesn't, and it's a chance that um, I'm not willing to take because ideally, once we take these highs, we've seen it before, we've seen it a million times where price just continues to rush. That way we make like a little barrier for our stop loss. So yeah, I mean it's one of those things where there's nothing much we can do but just to move on to the next move on to the next trade. So overall break even there. Break even for the night so far. Let's see. see if we get something a little bit later. Kind of want something in the maybe like 2012 plus, like a range like this. Okay. So we have a news candle there. Let me just see on the 1 hour. So we're looking at all-time highs here. In terms of our external range, we can try to mark out our external breaks. Okay. So our last external break would be here. Equilibrium within that range is around about these levels here. So let's mark out this low to be safe. But ideally, I wouldn't want to take a trade, especially with this huge gap to fill. So I would say we will need a sweep. We either make a new range, dealing range for the day, or we come out and take out these lows first. So let's see what we get first. For us to make a new range, we need to get a nice closure above these highs, which is what we get. Okay, get a nice closure. So this would be our range. So around about, say this order block here, kind of this area here is kind of where we want to kind of look to take a trade from. See if we get a tap back into the zone. This will be a valid pullback. So you get a closure above these. Okay, we do get a closure. Not very a strong one, but let's just see if we get a reaction from the zone here. Okay, taking out those highs. Make a new range. Equilibrium in that range would be what? Okay, so this would be valid. As well as this. Let's see what we get. This wouldn't be a pullback for me. If we get a tap in the zone, just see if we get a 5-minute flip as well as a 5-minute liquidity sweep. Okay. Last line of defense in this area. Could flip bearish here. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, flip bearish. Okay, see what we get. See if we get a crawl all the way back up here. No closure. This would be a valid pullback. Okay, it looked like some news there. Very, very choppy. Super, super choppy. We need to yeah. We need to make our way back up to this range. We're crawling though, crawling our way back up here. Let me take. Oh wait, did I draw this out? Yeah, I want to come up a little bit more. I did not draw that right. Okay. Look for a form of sweep. Getting clean sweeps. Okay, we did get a clean sweep of this high here, as well as this high here. Oh no, we actually made. Oh fuck! What the fuck? We actually made. Okay, so we did get a sweep. We did get a clean sweep, so no closure above. Let's just see if we get a tap back into the zone. Okay. See how we close here on the 5 minute. See how the second candle closes. Okay, let's just take this, see what happens. Up above these highs. We would look to target at least a 1 or 2. Go break even at this, because ideally we shouldn't sweep this. Well, we shouldn't get a clean sweep, we should deliver. So let's see. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we can go break even now. Wow, beautiful delivery. Honestly, beautiful delivery. Holy fuck. That's absolutely beautiful. But as you guys can see, you know, we get that beautiful delivery. Holy shit. That was really, really nice. But as you guys can see, so I'll kind of just break it down for a sec. So, um, as you guys can see, all time frames were bullish, right? As you guys can see, 1 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour must be bullish too. Yep, daily bullish as well. But ideally, we don't have time to wait for the um, we don't have time to wait for the 4 hour POIs and the 1 hour POIs. That's why we use the external 15 minute because it also reflects the 1 hour structure. Well, the internal structure, I should say. So our so yeah, like our 15 minute external reflects the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So when we get an external break, it's a great sign for the 15 minute to reflect off that, which then reflects off the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So to me, this was a retracement play on the high time frame. So as you guys can see, bullish in all time frames, right? We're making external breaks to the upside. We get a strong break to the downside. Um, the only thing within our equilibrium of this range, which auto block, was this auto block here being the last kind of point of contact where price could reverse from. Um, so we marked out this 15-minute order block there, waiting for price to come up to it because we don't chase price. We wait for price to come to us. We pretty much wait for a clean 5 minute sweep. Why do I say clean? Because I figured it like I've noticed this a lot, even through trading, uh, even through like trading for a long time that, some people kind of wait, kind of draw it out for you guys. Some people wait, some people classify um, this as a liquidity sweep, where it doesn't matter if they have a break below, as long as you get that market structure shift. But to me, that's I don't really see that as valid just because the fact that price could still um, the fact that we broke structure means that this high now means something. It means that, yeah, we could look to target, right? Let's say if we end up breaking above these highs, right? And we wait for price to come below. What price ends up doing is we normally just get a fucking fracture break back to the downside. So now what? Price is now bearish on the internal, right? Um even though we had a like sweep, like quotation mark sweep, right? Even though we get a closure here, right? And then we break above that swing high, um, we then get a um, breaker structure to the upside from that swing high, and we then get an internal break again to the downside. And what price ends up doing, it's just this, right? So though we're trying to take a trade from here, um, the external went 15-minute bullish, but let's just say this was a 5 minute, right? We had a 5 minute sweep, we get a closure below. What price ends up doing is that once we're in that external factor and people classify this as a sweep, even though it's a breaker structure, it just means that we actually came up and chased these highs and the price just does the same thing, but reversed. It makes an internal breaker structure, but ideally with the external factors, we're trying to play along with the external factors, right? So that's why we always wait for a clean sweep. So what I mean by clean sweep is no breaker structure below, right? Let me just get rid of all of this. So what I mean by sweep is, we have this move up here. So I'll draw that. We have here, we have a little consolidation area here. We then take out these lows, right? But we're not looking for price to take out lows. We're looking for price to take out highs, right? Then a market structure shift. So we don't really care about, you know, the fact that price took out these lows here. Price took out these lows, right? No closure below. Fuels a move up a little bit. We get another sweep of these lows, right? And then we come all the way up higher to then get a clean sweep of these highs here. So again, put in that high, put in that low, right? We didn't get a sweep, no closure. Yeah, we get a sweep, no closure. Price does the same again. Sweep again with no closure. And price then breaks above this structure, right? Which is what this is. But not only that, um, price also clean sweep this area here, right? So even though we could have looked to take a trade off of this area, right? This area here, price broke above it, right? Showing me that price is actually looking to go a little bit higher in the meantime, right? Which is exactly what we did. We broke structure, we had a little pullback, and then we get a clean sweep again of these highs, which is exactly what we had here. So I'll show that to you guys again. Right, we get a closure above. Price does this thing for 2 candles, so 10 minutes. And then we get a clean sweep above these highs with displacement to the downside, breaking this, right? And when we get a retracement, making sure that price doesn't break structure back to the upside. So ideally, our internal should always stay bearish. So that's what I've noticed. Our internal should turn bearish. Price should not make a low, make a retracement, right? Make a low here and then make a high here. So price should not break structure again. Once we have the displacement back down after taking out these highs, we still want this to be valid. This area here to be valid. Our sweep, our market structure shift, we want this area to be valid. And when price breaks structure to the upside again, it just means that we need to wait for another sweep, another market structure shift, another retracement, and for us to enter there. So as you guys can see here, we making a low, we get that market structure shift, had that 5 minute sweep of these highs up here. We get a retracement. Price is still internally bearish, right? We made a low, we made a high, um, and we enter on the rejection away from this area, showing us that sellers are now, taking control. And then we look to target a 1 to 2 or previous session lows. And this is what I also mean. This is another example of when we hit our break even. This is what we're looking for. We need price to break away from these lows, not hover around it and then stop us out and then, continue to push or to even stop us out even, right? So that's why we have those break even at those lows. When we wait for a retracement, it just shows us that we're willing, like it just shows us that price is ready to deliver, especially breaking away from these lows. And then what do we get? We get a 5 minute break of structure again. So it's one of those things where we continue to um, learn from our mistakes, right? And also on the same note, working on our psychology as well. So this is the A plus setup for sure. We had a sweep, displacement, microstructure shift, retracement up to this area here, our order block zone. Wait for a tap here, look for a rejection away from this area, and then price delivers. So again, very very smooth trade. So we'll gladly take that one. Um, we'll do one more session for the night, and we will call it there. So if I get rid of this. See what we get. Okay. Let me just see where our external factors are. So we're definitely bearish. Last break definitely would have been here. So our last break is here. Again, what are we waiting for? Equilibrium from these lows to these highs. What do we have? Okay, we can see that we have this area here. We have this one here also. This area up here. And then this area up here as well. Our last kind of point of defense. So see if we get a retracement into any of those. This would be a valid pullback. Okay, so price deliver there. See if we get a retracement. Equilibrium. Yep. So let's see if we get a tap. Okay. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Price is just doing its thing. And this is what we don't want to be caught up on, you know? So if I see this and I get up and I open a chart and let's say it's about to be London session and I see this, like I'm thinking, oh okay, let's look to take, something like this. Sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. But to me it's more like, it's not it's something that we can look at when it comes to um, that internal playing on the internal structure. But right now, Um, I'm just not comfortable with the way. Like I'm trying to, focus on one system and then kind of branch out from there. So we are just working on this one system at the moment, and it will branch. We'll kind of branch, um, from there. But again, it's a system that we can look at. But again, I just don't feel like these POIs hold, because it's not with the external time frame. So, if our external is bearish, why am I trying to look for long? So I'd rather just wait for a long, I'll short POIs to be hit, so I can take long shorts. It'll just be more probable that way. So we're still between a big ass range. And the is always better when I'm looking to the plays out a lot more. See if we can get a trade in. If not, then we would probably just call the session um a wrap, because ideally I wouldn't be on the charts for this long. And I guess it gives me more freedom as well. I mean, just having checking the charts when I can and just seeing when price hits those POIs gives me like a more freedom rather than sitting on the charts. So that's another good way to look at it. If I'm trying to intraday trade and always trying to catch these small little moves up, it's kind of difficult because I have to sit on the charts for a very long time. But if I'm just waiting for our POIs to get hit, sometimes it get hit, sometimes it doesn't. But list trades is always better. That's why we just wait for our POIs to just get hit. That way it's more probable. Because this is just one big fucking range within premium and discount. So yeah, it looks like we're not really gonna make a new range here. Just a big chop city. See if we get our push though. Okay, we get a fill. And price just break structure to the upside, I think. Yeah. So this would be our break. And we're kind of just looking for the same thing, right? We're looking for equilibrium to be hit. So it'll just be PORs would be here. Let's start from here. See if we get that. Interesting to see that, even though this is an order block area, we're actually still holding it, but it's not within our equilibrium. Oh, could be. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. Yeah, no, it's not. So this could work, but it's just, we haven't stacked that confluences. We haven't stacked that confluence of it being in equilibrium. That's why we're not looking to take it at all. Okay, we get that tap back into that zone now. The zone is within equilibrium of our external range. No clean sweep yet. No clean sweeps. Do have a nice delivery though. Okay. Gear sweep here. Okay, not clean anymore. We do have, oh shit, these lows here, which isn't a sweep. So we'll try these ones. Okay, we'll consider that clean. Have another sweep here. I mean, yeah, this quite far up in the range now. Still needing that 5-minute sweep though. Okay, get a nice sweep here. $15-minute sweep. Nice sweep here. Could consider this a sweep. Again, sweep of these lows here. Yeah, this would be just a no trade day, to be honest. Waiting a whole fucking thing like this. This would be a no trade day. So that kind of wraps it up for today. Um, one break even, and one break even and one win. So not too bad for to end off last week. Um, tomorrow, well, today will be a bit of a long one. I've looked at the schedule ahead for work, and we're gonna be super busy. Heaps of planes coming in, heaps of planes coming out. I don't think I'll get off early, but if I do, these videos will get done. As soon as I get off work, I'll shower, come home, eat, um, and then get the video out as soon as I can. But again, we're on the grind. And yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for also checking in this Sunday, as well as hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, we're constantly trying to become better every single day and working on our system to make sure that we're as profitable as we can be, um, before we try again. Trying our best to wait, for the A+ setup to come, which is what we're looking to do. So yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed night or day wherever you guys are from. God bless you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.